I'm Calvin Austin III, wide receiver for the University of Memphis.
This is Anthony Sane for Sports 56 Mornings.
This is Rodney Williams, tight end for the Denver Broncos.
This is Tommy Haynes.
This is EJ Manuel, and you're listening to No Cap Sports.
With No Cap Sports.
And the No Cap Sports.
No Cap Sports, three of the hardest grinding brothers in the business.
Welcome back. No Cap Sports, man. I told y'all we was going to be back on a regular schedule. And look what we're doing. We right back at y'all with another episode. We done just seen the divisional round of the playoffs. It's championship time, so let's jump straight into it, man. First things first, we got to talk about Pat Mahomes, bro. We all been there. We have all had some kind of injuries in our playing career. And some of us decided to skip weights after games, just because they're not feeling it. But anyway, Pat Mahomes, high ankle sprain.
Winner's work is not what Vance says, huh?
Hey,
why they gotta be me? Who said it was me?
Okay. It's on the three of us, brother.
Hey, actually, bro.
It's on the three of us, brother. Like,
let's talk
two
about
of us
that
went to
for a
school
second,
together.
bro. Let's talk about that for a second. Because you said winner's work. This was after a loss, bro.
Wow. Losers.
After a loss.
No. Be more specific. After our third loss in a row.
Okay, yes. After our third loss in a row.
Because the offense couldn't score more than 14 points, bro. Like,
okay.
Come on.
All right, cool.
It's frustrating.
That don't change what happened. What happened was, you play on Saturday, you got weights, film, all that on Sunday. This man, instead of showing up to weights, guess where he is?
Where?
Not in his room, not off campus. He's in the cafeteria for everybody to see.
Wow.
No. Hear me out. No, bro, you need the whole backstory, bro. So we start off the season 4-0. We feeling good, right, bro?
They said all of the backstory.
Jackson Variant. I swear to God, he played at Rose College, bro. We played Lamar Jackson Variant. He completed maybe 10 passes. He threw 3 picks, and we lost the game, bro. So that's loss number 1. So we come back, bro. We got to play a top 10 school in the nation, bro. We lost in overtime. In overtime, bro, and the final score was 17-14. So and one of the touchdowns was the defensive touchdown by us. I mean, by the other team, bro. So we only gave up 7 points, bro. So that's the second loss, bro. The next loss, I don't remember the loss. We just lost. All I know is loss, bro, and I was frustrated. So this is how it usually goes. All of the starters, bro, they get massages, right?
Yeah.
Last 2 seasons, bro, I didn't get one massage, bro. Now, I'm not Deshaun Watson, but it's like, come on, bro. I get one freaking massage, bro. Like, my body was beat down like an old Corvette, bro, like a 1965 Corvette or something, bro. So we get to it that Sunday morning. I don't feel like working out. I mean, bro, it just
because you ain't been getting your massages already off the jump.
I went to the workout, bro, and I'm just like, I don't feel like doing this.
This man Suge Knight. Oh.
I went to the cafeteria, bro. I ordered me a waffle and sausage, bro. Bro.
Man showed up and left. Not even I couldn't get over there. Like, exactly. I couldn't get over here and left up out of here.
Yes,
wasn't feeling it, bro. And then so I'm eating the breakfast, bro. All I see is a phone call from my head coach, bro. These folks snitched on me, bro.
I don't think it was too much.
Hold on, bro. You like these young folks. What you mean they snitched? You snitched on yourself, brother. You was not pushing no beat. You was not ducked off or nothing. Like you was in the union, basically. The cafeteria, like, bro, you was to be seen. You was pulling the TK where you had the warning sign right by your face.
It doesn't matter, bro.
What you mean it doesn't matter? Did nobody snitch on you, young man?
No, the crazy thing is I dodged the bullet, to be honest. But so my punishment was I didn't get to practice with the starters.
Or no massages ever again for you, bro.
We went to Danville, Kentucky, bro. The most unknown. That's like basically like going to Wyoming for a field. I rode the bus. We get there. I didn't play the first half. We ended up losing that game 55 to like 14, bro. It was
nasty work.
The hotel was ugly, bro. And you know what pissed me off the most? Right before, the night before you have a meeting, right? I apologize for the whole team. He still ain't let me play first half, bro. I was so pissed, bro.
Hey, that's a crazy man right there. That's a crazy man. That's so bad.
Let's not get started on you, bro. But
hey,
Richard Clip, dude.
Oh God, he talking about snitching. He trying to air me out.
Nah, he said that kind of quick, man.
We chilling. On to the next topic.
Yeah, on to the next topic, the real
I forgot
topic.
I thought this was a pivot podcast where you just went on crazy work, bro. Calm down.
Yeah.
Talking about
man.
sports.
So, Vance, I'm going to let you start this one off, man. We know your body get beat up in the season. Pat Mahomes done played 18 games already. He coming into this AFC Championship with a high ankle sprain. You think it's a big deal? Not a big deal? What do you think about Pat Mahomes coming into this game?
It's not a big deal because they was gonna lose anyway. So I think that's the main thing, bro. It's like Joe Burrow owns him, bro. It's just like Tom Brady owned Peyton.
No, hold on, brother. I'm gonna need you to
It's just-
rephrase
it
that. You
is
can't
what
say
it
no
is.
white man own no black man, brother. Tom, rephrase that. He can say
It's
he's
Pat
dominating
Mahomes. You
him.
see Pat Mahomes' brother, bro. It's really all right. Back on topic, bro. Who you think gonna win, Bengals or Chiefs, bro?
That ain't what he asked, big dog. If I'm mistaken, Nick, I think you asked me was the high ankle sprain a big deal.
No, that's what Nick asked you.
Oh, so you just okay? You a line cutter? Okay, you acting up today, bro. I think you're right. Joe Shiesty is 3-0 against the guy that everybody thinks is the best quarterback in the world right now. And I say all the time, and all of us football players know that the biggest stat for a quarterback is the win. So all these analysts on ESPN mainly are like having this such a big deal about Patrick Mahomes is levels ahead of Joe Burrow. I'm like, hey, he is 0-3 to that guy, and Joe Burrow is younger than him. And it can be argued that Joe Burrow has had a worse supporting cast than Patrick Mahomes since he came into the league. So I don't, man, like who I think is gonna win right now. Where the game at, Nick? It's in Kansas.
It's in Arrowhead.
Not because a high ankle sprain, that's like he's probably gonna play, like he's a competitor, but he's not gonna be 100%. And he's not like it could be argued that 100% of him could not already stand up to Joe Burrow at 100%. So him at 50 or 75%, I think that Chase will give War problems all day. I think Mixon will probably throw in a little 75, probably a 150 for scrimmage. I think the Bengals will probably win.
Yeah, I got a couple of points I got to come back to that you said, bro. For starters, bro, I think the high ankle sprain is a deal, but it's not a big deal. Because if you look at that Chiefs offense, bro, especially in the game against the Jaguars, Chad Henne comes in, leads a touchdown drive from the 2. That's something, whether you want to say it is or not. And then Patrick Mahomes.
I say it's not.
I mean, yeah.
But I'm just saying. I'll say that not to, but I'll interject. Do you think we like Chad Henne? He's coming and did stuff like that before. But you're throwing out Chad Henne versus Joe Burrow and like Chiefs? Like you're behind that?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that this offense is a well-oiled machine. And whether you got Pat Mahomes at 100%, Pat Mahomes at 95%, Pat Mahomes at 90%, that Chiefs offense is going to go. Because Pat Mahomes came in and finished that game and still led some impressive drives in that game, even though he wasn't as mobile as he was when he first went out. And also, if you've seen the clips, the things like that, the limp is gone. He looks like he's moving well. So I think the high ankle sprain is a big deal, but it's nothing a little tape can't fix. And so looking at this game, I think
a little tape,
hey,
bruh. Basically a severely bruised / fractured shin, like.
Bro, I played with one all year, bro. From camp to week 10.
Okay, bro. And I'm definitely not, I'm not slandering you, at least in public, Nick. But the level of athletes and the amount of force and speed and power that's contorted from your body versus the pass rushers that are going to be chasing Pat Mahomes is just a different class, bro.
Yeah, but it's also like Pat Mahomes isn't a guy who relies on his legs to win. That's the part people have to understand. His legs come with the spectacular plays, but his game is not predicated on his ability to move. So I think, just like we saw in the end of that Jags game, he was completing on-time, on-target passes and still conducting that offense at a very high level. And I also want to come back at you and say, you said Pat Mahomes has had better talent than Joe Burrow ever since Joe Burrow came in the league. What the hell do you mean by that?
Bruh,
he's throwing out Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and they added Hayden Hurst in the mix. They had C.J. Uzomah last year with Joe Mixon. That's an insane offense with insane weapons.
You had 2 strong and 3 possibles, but this man said C.J. Uzomah like he was Embiid or something.
Last year he was a 500-yard receiver.
Like, come on, bro.
He was a
Be for real.
He was a 500-yard receiver last year. Hayden Hurst is touching 400, 500 yards this year. These are guys that are getting the ball in their hands and making things happen. So all I'm saying is,
am I tripping, man?
I don't know, bro.
Especially not this year, bro. Would you rather have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, or would you rather have Juju Smith-Schuster?
Nah, this year
okay,
Joe Burrow got it for sure. But how long Joe Burrow been in the league?
2 years.
Okay.
Last year was his second year.
Pat
The first year
Mahomes
he got injured.
Pat Mahomes, it was very important. Pat Mahomes came in and got to sit a year. Always very important. We see how for my team, that's not
Joe
working
Burrow
out.
got to sit a year due to injury.
But that's not the same. That's not the same.
I mean,
It's not
you
the
said a
same.
year, right?
It's not the same because what Pat Mahomes did in this year, learn the playbook, learn the NFL, guy comes to the lifestyle. What Joe Burrow was doing, rehabbing, trying to get back to his form. So it's not the same.
Pat Mahomes also was the number 1 overall pick. You get the number
He
1
was
overall
only
pick.
10.
You get the number 1 overall pick.
It's only 10.
You get the number 1 overall pick because you're a sorry team in need of somebody who's going to make a change. You fall to 10 later rounds because the Chiefs were not a bad team. They were a mediocre team, and they had Alex Smith as a
So how you gonna say that
quarterback.
and then say on the back end, Mahomes hasn't had better? Like you can't say like you. I feel like you contradicting yourself.
Mahomes came into the league with a team that had 0 touchdowns to wide receivers.
And guess who he played with up until last year? Literally the fastest receiver in the league.
Okay.
A white guy that nobody can guard. Miko Hardman, another one of the top 10 fastest guys in the league. Like it was.
What has Miko Hardman done this year?
I mean, he's a 2, not a 1. And we definitely it took this year
He's
to
not
see
even
that.
a 2.
I mean, he's a 2.
No, he's not.
He's Elijah Moore.
If you look at the Chiefs right now, you're probably going Juju, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Kadarius Toney, and then you get to
Kadarius Toney, another first-round pick. Kadarius Toney he may be like a 1 on a good team. On the Lions, he could be a 1. That's the
Be
dude
for
that was
real.
the top
that
20.
right now you show me you talking out your ass because if he went to the Lions, he would definitely be a 3 because Amon-Ra is him. But continue.
I mean, it was just I wouldn't focus on their particular wide receiver. I'm just saying like Kadarius Toney is a guy that the Giants had coveted, gave up, not really knew, and then really could have used in the playoffs. Like a guy like Pat Mahomes has a wealth of options at his disposal. As always, you take a guy like Tyreek Hill, you add another ultra twitchy, hard to hit guy in the open field like Kadarius Toney.
Forget all that. We're talking about this year. Forget Tyreek. Forget everything in the past. This year, Joe Burrow versus Pat Mahomes, Jamar Chase versus Juju Smith-Schuster. All of these lineups, you can't tell me that the Bengals aren't the better offensive team in terms of firepower coming into this game.
You say that, and I know the part that you're discounting me because you're skinny. The Chiefs' offensive line is way more solidified than the Bengals, and that is probably one of the biggest reasons you can allow Mahomes to be out there. If Joe Burrow had the same high ankle sprain, there would be a lot more hesitation about throwing him out there again behind a guy that's never played left tackle, a third string right tackle. Like we have a guy for the Chiefs, Trey Smith, a guy that we all know, Cade Humphrey, like the interior Orlando Brown, my bad. At the left tackle, they're paying him a lot of money. Like there's a stable and solidified offensive line behind Kansas City that's allowed them to run the ball with a guy that I didn't know of until Pacheco that game. And it allows Pat to do the things that he can do and have those long development routes down the field. And Joe Burrow just really isn't given that option. So even you're talking about the offense, skill-wise, maybe you could say that, but even in the trenches, like it's a big advantage for Mahomes yet again.
That's fair, bro. Vance, what you think?
Right now, of course, this season the Bengals are better. It's not even close. The O-line isn't even a problem because people thought Jacksonville was going to get on them. I mean, they held up just fine. No, I lied. Who did the Bengals?
People like, but people
The
wanted
Bengals
that.
played the Bills.
I mean, yeah, so they thought the Bills were going to get them. They hopped on them 17-0. The game was over by halftime. I remember I got hopped on the game by the time the game was over. So, I mean, honestly, I think the Bengals are a better team in all 3 phases, bro. Special teams, defense, and offense.
I respect y'all's decision, but I also respectfully disagree, bro. Travis Kelce and Pat Mahomes going back to the Super Bowl this year. I just want y'all to know that.
No, they not, bro.
I'm not gonna rule it out, but if I had to put it in my little coins to it, I'd put my money on Big Bird.
This is what I'm gonna say, bro. This is my reasoning behind saying that. For one, Andy Reid is a top 5 NFL coach all time, bro. Just scheme wise, looking at what he's able to do,
I don't top 5.
Let him have it. Let him have it.
Top
top
5,
5.
like
Let him have it.
you're right, Vince.
You
he's
can
making
have
my
it.
top 5.
You can have it for now, bro. But you know,
especially when he get this ring right here. Yes, but anyway, the Chiefs have changed their entire offense. They're more of a ball control team. They're able to limit opposing teams' possessions. They're really good with the quick game in terms of quick passes. They've got a really good running game now. They have a lot of different ways to get their playmakers the ball. You look at Travis Kelce last week, 14 catches for the best player on the field, and you can't figure out how to stop him from getting the ball. You want to know why? Because that's Andy Reid. So Andy Reid is going to get his best players the ball in the best positions to make plays. And all the time he's doing that, he's chewing the clock and limiting the amount of times that Joe Burrow and those Bengals are going to have the ball. And if you look at this Kansas City Chiefs defense, this is a much improved unit from over the years. We've seen them have some really bad defenses. This is a really solid defense that I don't think gets talked about enough.
No, you know what? I changed my mind, Nick. Are we sure that Andy Reid's even a top 3 coach in the playoffs right now?
I'm positive.
Doug Peterson, he's probably first. He won a
Doug
Super Bowl
Peterson
with
isn't
Nick.
in the playoffs.
Oh, you're right.
He just beat Doug
Not
Peterson.
anymore. You're right. You said you didn't say left. I didn't hear that part. There's only 4 people, so top 3 would be a stretch. I can't lie.
I mean,
You
bro,
literally say he's the worst coach left.
I mean,
So okay, who's
You got
Shanahan?
Doug Peterson. I mean,
Oh
you
yeah,
got me saying
yeah.
you put it in my head.
Yeah, shut it up.
You
Shut it
got
up.
Andy- Zach Taylor.
Andy Reid, Sirianni, Zach Taylor, Mike Shanahan.
Come on, bro. Sirianni's last name's already spelled. He already a worse coach than Andy Reid. So we like off GP, like he top 3.
he turned them around in 2 years, bro.
I was listening to Bill Simmons' podcast, and the thing I heard, Andy Reid has lost 6 times as a playoff favorite in his playoff career. 6 times, bro. Like that's a lot. Like 6.
I mean, he had talent.
But do you also?
I was about to say like McNabb. Like, come on, bro. He's had some cards in his deck to have lost 6 times as a favorite in the playoffs.
Also says a lot to make it to the playoffs that many times to afford 6 losses, but we ain't gonna speak on that part.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just
What's
saying,
the
bro.
next topic? Say?
Yeah, we go next topic. I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, so like I said, I got the Chiefs. They taking the Bengals, but we all know who always
The
right.
Chiefs, the worst team left in the playoffs.
That's cute. That's cute.
It's not.
That's
It's
actually
the
true,
truth.
honestly. They're the
So
worst team. They got the best quarterback.
okay, I'm gonna let y'all have it. We gonna see Sunday when they play, and when they right, I just want y'all to say, Nick, you were right. That's all I want.
Bro, Juju might not get 40 yards.
Juju didn't have 40 yards last week.
All right, bro.
They still won.
Eli Apple's not gonna let him see the ball.
Okay, that's cute.
The pass rush not gonna let him
Patrick
see the
Beverly
ball.
says he didn't let Dame get a bucket. Okay, that's cute.
And he
bro.
did it.
Okay, that's cute, bro.
Patrick
Patrick Beverly
What
also.
I'm saying, he was just doing the jump in LA, in Portland. His watch is broke. It don't be Dame time all the time, Nick. Don't be Dame.
I mean, he
time
just
all-
dropped 60 yesterday. How come he couldn't do that against the Lakers, bro? Like,
Come
what's-
on now. Come on now.
Bro, come on, bro. Pat Bev done brushed his teeth. But anyway,
I
continuing
mean,
on, bro.
it's hot breath in Dame's face. Whatever you gotta do to make a play. What Scar say? Or is it P Scar? I make a play. Come on, bro. Whatever he gotta do to make a play.
Yeah, make a play onto that bodega to get a barbershop. So anyway, like I was,
This is bullying, bro. That's crazy.
so anyway, bro, continuing to talk about these
that
playoffs.
nigga not chopped.
The man said bodega. They don't even got them around here.
So to continue talking about the playoffs, we done talked about the Chiefs a lot. We done talked about the 2 quarterbacks. But let's widen it out a little bit and let's talk about all the quarterbacks left in the playoffs. You got Pat Mahomes. We all know he signed that ridiculous $100 million deal. And now you look at all the other quarterbacks. All the other quarterbacks are still on rookie deals. You look at Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. The highest paid quarterback on their team right now is Jimmy Garoppolo, who signed a 1-year extension for $7 million for this season. And then you also got the Eagles. Look at Jalen Hurts. And then you got and then of course you got the Bengals with Joe Burrow. All these quarterbacks, rookie contracts. Do y'all think this is the new wave of success in terms of the NFL and making it to the playoffs and deep in the postseason as far as roster construction goes?
Of course. Definitely, bro. I mean, even when you look back at AJ Brown was on a rookie contract. As soon as he has to get paid, Titans had to let him go. Now he's on the Eagles getting paid. And so now you got all those weapons, and it's a perfect storm for the Eagles. You look at the The Bengals, bro. They can pay everybody that they want. They got all those players. Who was the Bills coach? He was basically saying, I don't suck enough to get Jamar Chase. So they got a receiver and a quarterback that they're going to have to pay. That somebody's going to have to suffer, whether it's on defense or O-line or Joe Mixon.
T. Higgins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody's going to have to suffer once it's time for Joe Burrow to get paid.
Man, I was like, here's the thing. I agree with it mostly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the San Francisco had the best, QB room set up. They have literally 3 workable assets and a guy, Trey Lance, that was drafted high, a guy in Brock Purdy that's working himself into being an asset now, and a guy in Garoppolo that, has the Brady shine or whatever. And we have seen him do work in playoff games and lead a team to a Super Bowl, to be fair to that guy. But I'll say it like this. Y'all know I pounded the table for like, what's the big deal between Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford? Why are you giving up all these assets to upgrade to a similarly looking white guy with similar problems?
Jared Goff is better.
Brother, I thought that could be true. But guess what the Rams did? They invested at a quarterback position, got marginally better, really not that big of a jump, and won the Super Bowl.
I mean, Jared Goff was on his rookie contract when they went to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. And I also want to point out that they brought Matt Stafford in, but they also brought in Von Miller, Odell, a whole bunch of other superstars.
But that's still like that. Those exterior talented pieces are the same on all these 4 teams left. All 4 of these teams have these talented pieces to make it to where you don't have to have you're not banging the bank. You're not betting the bank on your quarterback.
So like realistically, bro, like let's think about the quarterbacks that are in college right now. I can think of like 5 to 10 of them right now that hasn't played a snap in the NFL, and probably in the next 3 years, they definitely could be in a conference championship game, bro.
You said 5 to 10
quarterback. Yes.
Because it's I'll say closer to 5 to 10. But
especially
I can think of 3. I can name 3 for sure right now. You got Stroud, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams. That's 3.
Yeah. And especially if you look at the teams high in that draft order, there are some teams that are set up well to make a run with the right player behind center. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether that be the Panthers, whether that be the Texans, who actually have a really good team, or just teams like that. If they get that right quarterback, they can be right in this position. Similar to what the Eagles did. Similar to what
Titans.
Yeah, exactly. Them too.
Can I jump in, sir? We run out of time. I mean, here's the thing. It makes sense. You build up a good team around the quarterback position. You don't have to rely on your quarterback to be Superman. That's one of Buffalo's problem right now. But
Josh Allen's just not him, but y'all didn't want to have that conversation.
I mean, brother, I live upstate New York. I'm been ready to have that conversation. But my point is, like, I think all of us as former football players.
Wait, hold on. Actually, time out.
Come on, bro. How
I'm gonna cut you off
because
because just last week you said Josh Allen was the second best quarterback in the league, and now you switch sides. Like, stay true.
I mean, switch sides, but I'm not moving off that. I'm just saying that infrastructure.
Exactly.
But no,
and now he
they're
lose
not,
a playoff
not
game and he
doing
ready to
the
have that
stuff
conversation.
around Josh Allen that San Francisco, Philadelphia, and doing around, you feel what I'm saying? They got. That's what I'm saying. And it forces Josh Allen to do a lot of Superman stuff. So we're like, you know what I'm saying? They're not expecting Brock Purdy to go 75% of completion percentage. They don't have to have Jalen Hurts run for 150 yards to win. So like, but you look at Buffalo and it's like, if Josh Allen not putting up 250 and 100 on the ground, like, they're gonna struggle to win. That's my thing.
They had a
you are running in circles, bro.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Now he got to be Superman. Just last week, bro, we could pull up the film. You said Gabe and Diggs were top 2.
He said they were the best receiver duo in the league.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So
you said
he has stuff. But I'm saying, okay, look, who on Buffalo defense do you want for real?
They have Von Miller.
Who is he playing right now?
Bro,
he's like 1,000 years old, bro.
Milano was a Pro Bowler this year. I mean, not a Pro Bowler, all pro.
Trey Diggs has not been top 5 in a couple years now.
Trey Diggs, Trey
White.
I mean, Trey White. That's why
this is his first year back off injury. You got two of the best safeties in the game, and Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. Like I said, Matt Milano was an All-Pro this year, first team All-Pro. The front 4 is nasty. Outside of Von Miller, you got Ed Oliver. And all of those guys bashed him. All of those.
Don't they got Milano? Wasn't he all?
Ed Oliver and all of those guys.
All-Pro.
Names none of the guys. Greg Rousseau, first round pick. Disappointment.
That's what I'm saying. You're proving my point. You're proving my point.
And guess what? He got literally no pressure in the divisional round against a backup offensive lineman. Like, bro,
I mean, that's been the case for the Bengals all postseason, though. Their offensive line has been playing better than expected. Regardless of who is out there, they have been playing better than expected.
I'll put it like this. If
And it's also a snow game.
Buffalo was in, if we took out Buffalo and we took out Kansas City and put in Buffalo, we could say the same things. Great quarterback, not a lot else around it. We would say the same stuff because it's true.
Buffalo you just proved our point that Buffalo has a lot around them with Josh Allen. And my point is, this whole conversation we're having, the point I was trying to get to is being a great team isn't about having a great quarterback anymore. Look at all the great quarterbacks. Tom Brady out the playoffs. That's the only one coming to my mind right now. But there are a lot of great quarterbacks who don't make it far because their team supporting cast isn't around them. If you look at how successful rosters are created now in the NFL, it starts outside of the quarterback, and then you add the quarterback, and then you get what you want. You look at what Jacksonville did. They were a bottom team in the NFL ever since that 2018 AFC Championship. They get Trevor Lawrence, his first year doesn't go good. You know what they do? They invest in pieces around him to make that team better. Exactly. And why were they able to invest in those pieces? He was on a rookie deal. They were able to get all these guys, spend over $100 million in free agency on those three receivers who all had great seasons. You look at Kirk Cousins out the playoffs. But what's
the first thing you said? They drafted a quarterback number one overall because all these franchises know that if we can get a quarterback that can be above average, everything else is downhill. We can find all the other stuff.
On their rookie deal.
Matt Stafford was not on a rookie deal.
Yeah, and look at the Rams now. Look at how screwed they are now. They went from Super Bowl champions to 3 wins this year because they gave Matt Stafford all that money, so they couldn't bring Von Miller back, couldn't bring Odell back, even though he was hurt. And a lot of accessory pieces who aren't the big names ended up leaving.
So basically, y'all trying to turn the quarterback into running backs and saying they don't matter.
I'm not saying they don't matter, but they don't matter. Because if you got a Pat Mahomes, you have a chance to win every game.
That's how the league's going.
I mean, as a D line guy, like I appreciate this as much as the next. I mean, I appreciate this a lot, but you're not going to sit here and say that QB is not the singly most important, impactful single position in the sport. Like quarterback takes up a higher percentage of attention and importance in football because that guy literally starts the play. You know what I'm saying?
One last game to pick. One last game to talk about. NFC Championship. Eagles 49ers. Brock Purdy. Jalen Hurts, Kappa Sig, Q-Dog. How we feeling about this game?
Brother. So what you call it? He in the frat too, Brock Purdy? He like
I just assumed he is. White boy, big school.
Okay. I can see what
they got frats in Iowa, bro.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they do. It ain't shit else to do.
Not Iowa, Ames, Iowa. It's not even big Iowa. It's Iowa State, brother. So like here's what I'll say about this. It's kind of on a much smaller scale because we saw Hurts look really good against the Giants. That was a big thing. But are we gonna still call it 100%? Like I think we can look at the Giants kind of very similarly in the way we look at the Vikings of like, we're glad you got here, but you still kind of suck. So that wasn't a true playoff test, I would say, especially with them getting the first round bye and whatnot. So I would be interested to see them against a legitimate playoff team. The team that I think is probably the most complete with Brock Purdy playing like this in the 49ers. You got the sack leader. You got legitimate guys up front, not boogie bashing. You got guys like Eric Armstead, former All-Pro guys. You got the best linebacker core since the last linebacker core in San Francisco, and Fred Warner and what's the other boy name? What you call? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Burrow and Pat Willis.
Exactly. But I knew Willis and I was talking about the other one, Drake Greenlaw, Fred Warner, who probably is like the best cover linebacker in the league right now. In a league where everybody's throwing the ball, to have a guy that's his side that can legitimately stay in the box at 230, 240, whatever he is, and cover slot receivers down the field, like that's an invaluable chess. That's really the type of stuff that, a guy like Isaiah Simmons, we kind of depiction him being able to do, coming out of Clemson with that size and frame and his speed. But Fred Warner is the actualization of that. So, like, man, I don't know. That's gonna be a damn good game. That's a game I'm most excited for because they both got good D line play. Trent Williams, the best offensive lineman in the country, like he in college, in the world. So one of those is gonna give. One of those positions gonna either Philly's D line is gonna dominate the O line for 49ers or vice versa. and that'll lead to a lot of that'll be the first crack in the seal because I like both quarterbacks, but I think they're both young. And I think pressure for young quarterbacks can lead to them make a lot of bad decisions quickly. So I think that whichever the offensive line gives in first, I think that'll be the loser. Is that a valid answer? Can I say that? Or do I gotta think too?
I think that's a valid answer, especially just looking at the scope of the game. And I think a key thing to look at in this game is Philadelphia's depth. Because especially in that front seven, they have so many guys that they can rotate in, rotate out. Like they got Nahagmadung Suh and Limbaugh Joseph just fine. Like they just got
I ain't trying to trick you, bro. Who is that, cuz?
Suh, bro, Nadamaka, whatever you want to call him, bro.
Ndamukong,
If you put an N, a
Ndamukong
D,
Suh,
a
you on the
A, and a
Eagles?
K within four letters of each other, you try to say it, bro. But like I said, bro, they got Suh and Limbaugh Joseph just for fun to say, oh, we got these guys to throw on the team, bro. Rotate them in with Jordan Davis, Brandon Graham, all those guys they got up front. That's a scary front seven, bro. And like I said, that depth is going to be key in this game. Because if you look at the Cowboys 49ers game last week, those defenses were on the field for a lot of that game because the offenses had a hard time getting anything going. And in a game like this where both defenses are really good, like you said, you got some young quarterbacks, that depth is going to come in key. And honestly, I'm going to say it now. I like the Eagles just because of that depth, that secondary, and then I think they have the overall better quarterback.
Oh, hold on. Let me before you hop in, man. I'm gonna agree with that because like these are two like super evenly matched teams. I still stand up by what I said. I think the only separator in the two teams is when you said secondary. Slay is a true number one corner, and Bradbury was a true number one corner last year. And I don't think that we saw what Metcalf did to Ward in the first round. I don't think San Francisco has if they really need to go down to it, like they can't like send pressure and play man that effectively because Ward and I don't know who's on the other side of Ward. Like Dak Prescott made him look good, of course, but I don't think those are two lockdown corners that they got. And I think Philadelphia does have two lockdown corners. So I'll go with
Ooh. I don't think the corners really Philadelphia's corners are really gonna matter in this game, bro. Because I think it's gonna come down to ball control. Can the 49ers keep the Eagles off the field? And they definitely had the O-line and the two running backs to do that, bro. I really just going back to who's the best coach, bro, I really think Shanahan, he knows what to do, bro. Eagles might not get more than 6 possessions in this game, bro. They'll probably touch the ball twice in the first, probably once in the second. That's 3. So I don't think they like
once in the second is crazy. Once in 15 minutes is crazy, bro.
You saw the Cowboys game, right? In the second half, bro, they that drive of death when it was just like the Cowboys are not gonna get this ball back. And 49ers are going to score. That's exactly how literally Eagles have lost, what, one game with Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, and that was to Washington. Similar game, too.
And what did they do, bro? They just ball control. If you don't let the Eagles can't score, they don't touch the ball. And so McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell, bro, they combined for 200 rushing yards, bro. And that's an extra 50 right there. I think they're going to have over 250 rushing yards. Ball control. First of all, y'all know I hate the Eagles, bro. I'm a Cowboys fan. I have to. The 49ers don't knock this out two years in a row on the same type of L, bro, because Dak Prescott sucks. So I don't have any animosity towards the 49ers, bro. I think they just the best team, bro. And so give me the 49ers, honestly.
I was just saying, I think you brought up a really good point with ball control, bro. Because if you look at this 49ers team, especially when it comes to pounding the rock, they didn't get Chris McCaffrey for no reason. Like, that's what this game is going to come down to. And then you look in the passing game, Brock Purdy, of course, isn't going to wow you as a quarterback. But if you look at the weapons he has, starting with the bottom ones, Greg Jennings, Juwan Jennings, I can't remember what his name is. But number 15, he's a first down machine. Any third down, I'm like, oh, yeah, he's going to get the ball. Then you got IU, very talented receiver, one of my favorites, looking at double moves, creating separation, phenomenal. And then Deebo Samuel, you just get the ball in his hands. He's just a bad little kid on a rec team. He's not getting tackled, bro. So you look at that 49ers offense, you don't look at Brock Purdy first. You look at everything around Brock Purdy, and that's why he's so successful, especially with Mike Shanahan as a play caller, doing a lot of similar things like Andy Reid does in Kansas City in terms of just making the game easy, taking advantage of what the defense gives you, and not making too many mistakes. Brock Purdy is that guy. So like Van said, if the 49ers can avoid putting Brock Purdy in situations to where he has to be the guy and win the game, and just allow him to be a game manager, find his targets on time and on target, and keep that running game going, they have a really good chance in this game. And I like Van said, I think it's going to be a close game, not a whole lot of points scored.
No, I feel, and it's not the Super Bowl yet, so Shanahan still, he's like a legitimately good coach still. So until the Super Bowl, so I feel that. I feel that for sure. I just think that when you're talking about, like, you just can't have your cake eat it too. And not to say that it's just, I do think both quarterbacks in this situation are plus factors for the team. And when that's a situation, especially in the field, like, you're gonna be throwing the ball around, I would say at least a minimum of 20 to 25 times. And I just think that in that very narrow complex, I think that Philadelphia has both got great passers. Strictly just the secondary wise, I think they'll be able to have more success, probably going more man, and then just making more plays on ball in those 20 to 25 pass attempts versus.
So you think the secondary is where they have the advantage?
I mean, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, if he gets his kid back, he'll probably make a play. Slay, like I said, never been a big fan of him, but between what he always did with the Lions and him being an All-Pro this year, you got to respect him. Bradbury.
Slay wasn't an All-Pro, by the way. He was a Pro Bowler, not an All-Pro.
For
Yeah, the two Pro Bowl corners was
Surtain and
Sauce.
Sauce. You're right, exactly.
Oh, you only get two. Only two. They don't have like a first team and second team.
Oh, they got a second team, but I ain't seen a second team yet.
He probably made that, nigga.
Yeah.
Your homies play you out.
All right, bro.
Hey, All-Pro, exactly. Slay is an All-Pro, been an All-Pro, been a Pro Bowl level, top 5 level corner most of his career. Bradbury is the guy that, again, was a number 1 corner for them before Slay got there. So you're just moving him to the other side. And that's just, I like Juwan Jennings, like him to, Tennessee. And Ayuk, you know how I feel about the shorter guys, but he had 1,000 yards this year, so I can't hate on that. But I just think that.
Ayuk had 1,000?
Yeah. I think I saw it. Well, I'm saying, like, if they're in the simplest form of football, my DC used to call it cat coverage. You got that cat, I got that cat, maybe run a rover, and we'll let it rock out. And I don't think that the 49ers have the secondary. They're going to, Shanahan like throwing a lot of zone anyways, and I just don't think they have the personnel to, make those plays on the ball and consistently be disruptive in the secondary. If it's only up to them. Because obviously Nick Bosa will be there, Armstead will be there, Ubukam will be there, but if those guys don't get there, and Hurst has the ability to, either take it and run it, or, throw it up to these receivers, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. I just think that in that particular straight, I trust AJ Brown and Devontae Smith over Ward and whoever versus like Slay will make a play. Bradbury will go make a play. Gardner-Johnson will go make a play. And I just don't see the secondary of the 49ers having that ability.
And just to go back to Slay, second team All-Pro corners was Jair Alexander and James Bradbury. So they do have All-Pro corners, just not Slay.
Okay, see, even when I'm wrong, I'm right, baby. Come on, now. Quit playing with me, dog.
But I think you brought up a really good point, bro. Turnovers are going to be important in this game. And I think whoever gets that first turnover, and if you can capitalize off of it, that's who's going to win this game. If either team turns the ball over, that is.
I like what you said, though, too, Van, because I like that is a maddening way that the 49ers play. Is not very aesthetically pleasing. And is like, if somebody played like that on Madden, you would accuse them of cheating. All you did was run true clock and run the ball, bro. But that's really how they win the game. So,
they play exactly how Alabama was playing, like in the early 2010s, bro. They just run the ball, bro. And Smith, bro, that was like the most physical defense I think I've ever seen with my 2 eyes, bro.
Bro.
Play the Cowboys.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was watching the 49ers Cowboys game, bro. I thought it was a thunderstorm going on, bro. Them boys were hitting so hard, bro. I said, oh my God.
Folks getting smacked. Bro, literally, it was first quarter. Yeah, Nick can attest to it. We was in a group chat, bro. I said, bro, somebody's gonna be hurt by the fourth quarter. Literally, very next play, DeMarcus Lawrence on the sideline bending over, hurt it, bro.
Yes, bro.
He knocked that over, bro. Oh my goodness.
Here's what I say about that, and it's like, in the recipe that San Francisco wins, they can be the less talented team and still win the game. And I don't think Philadelphia can do that. They don't have like you would say, a well-oiled machine formula to be like, hey, we're going to do this. Throwing Elijah Mitchell, throwing Mostert, throwing Nick Hayes, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to get a running back that nobody knows.
I feel you on that, for real.
I'm just saying, like, even Elijah Mitchell, like, who is he? Like,
bro, every year they win in the playoff game, bro.
Come on, bro. They throwing a running. They was like, they'd hitting filter on the Madden 40 speed, like random dude that runs below a 4.4. Hey, throw him out there. You know what I'm saying? Run behind Trent Williams, get you a little 100 piece in the playoffs, and go about your business. Like
they got most.
horses
They made Raheem Mostert who he is. They got him.
come on, bro. Horses don't stop free that guy thugs, bro. And I just think that, especially in the playoffs, like I don't know where the game is at, but cold weather can be a factor. We just saw that in Buffalo. When it gets tough and gritty, and the way that we still traditionally look at playoff football, like having a well-established formula is a benefit. And even like I said, like shoot, like the fact that they're even here. I mean, Brock Purdy is getting into some balls to some windows, but I don't think that many teams outside of San Francisco that would have been able to. He would be in this position right now because A, the leash would not be as long for him to make the mistakes and stuff that he does, and B, Shanahan, at least before the Super Bowl, already puts your quarterback in ideal position to be set up, play action, having a strong defense, having Kittle as a reliable security blanket. We all know Jason Witten was a Hall of Famer just because he was fat and could run 5-yard outs. So to have that reliable security blanket for a young quarterback,
bro, that Jason Witten slug not necessary, bro.
My bad, bro. Like my bad, you right. I'm a Cowboys hater too.
That's
what I'm saying. Like you taking Jason Witten or Kittle?
Oh,
Next question, please. Exactly.
You can't do that, bro. Come on, bro.
But I'm saying you have like not to shit on Brock Purdy, whatever. But you could take Brock Purdy and look at, I guess, all the 5th and 6th round quarterbacks, and they could do a reasonable impression. Brock Purdy's performing well, but there's just a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of factors that are going into doing well. So I just think that, like you said, we had that formula. Even if Purdy gets hurt, like I don't. Do the NFL teams carry 4th-string quarterback? Like if he gets hurt, they're gonna have to put in somebody, right?
All right, bro. We made our picks, but this is a very random question that I have. If Brock Purdy was a quarterback for the Cowboys and Dak was a quarterback for the 49ers, who would have won that game?
I still think the 49ers, just because they got Shanahan.
Yeah, because they would be using it. Dak would look a lot better in the 49ers.
Dak still would have threw 2 picks, but they still would have won.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Rush or Dak Prescott?
Cooper Rush.
You say I'm anti-black. That's crazy.
He might have would have beat the 49ers.
Give me Gary Gilbert.
I'm talking about that man. Wife said that man told his wife he was surprised he's actually playing. I was like, oh yeah, you sorry, cuz you in the NFL talking about. I didn't know I was gonna play. Like
that girlfriend left him,
bro. Is that just shade room business or is that actual? Like I seen that, I was like,
It actually happened.
As always, another edition of No Cap, another edition of Game Balls. I'm gonna go first. I gotta give mine to Caitlin Clark, Big CC, No Chanel, triple-double versus Ohio State in the win. Second player since the 99-2000 season to record a triple-double versus an AP top 2 opponent. Like I said, she did it against Ohio State in the win. Anybody want to guess who that other player was? I know y'all not gonna guess it. The other player was D Wade. So, like I said, my game ball got to go to Caitlin Clark, man.
Bro, I'm gonna go with Penny Hardaway, University of Memphis, men's basketball head coach in his 5th season. That's crazy, bro. He's been here for a while now. But in his 5th season with the Memphis Tigers, bro, he just got his win number 100. Well, technically it's 101, but they took one away from the James Wiseman year when he played and they won a game. But I'm definitely gonna give it to him, bro. Shout out to him. Kendrick Davis, best player in the nation, best guard, definitely, bro. Bucket getter, playmaker. So I'm gonna give it to Penny Hardaway.
love the hometown repping. You feel what I'm saying? We don't know no other KDs around here. You feel what I'm saying? None at all. But for my game ball, I guess I was repping a little bit with my recent experience and whatnot. I've had the pleasure to cover about 5 or 6 in-person games for Syracuse. I gotta give my game ball to Judah Mintz, man. We just had a really exciting game in the Dome. Another tough loss to UNC.
You giving your game ball to a loser?
Bro, you gonna let me talk?
Oh, my fault.
Jerry West got the finals MVP, so you need to shut up. Don't know, real man got no highlights anyways, this dude is a freshman. Hell, I'll just get this out there just to give you the extreme highs and lows of what this dude is doing right now. This kid, he's 19, he's a kid. This dude is averaging 15 points a game, a top 15 scorer in the ACC while shooting 18% from 3. My boy is out there. Tony Allen is up. Like, the scout, I mean, yeah, it sounds bad. Doesn't sound great. But the fact that this dude is 19 and one of the best collections of basketball talent in the world, the ACC is a Power 5 conference in the world, and he's doing this. He's locking up defensively, averaging over 2 steals a game. And everybody knows what he's going to do. He's going to drive hard right, pull up. He's going to drive hard right, try to get into the lane. Drive hard right, spin left, lay it up. I mean, it's not working for Cuse overall as a team. We're probably not going to the tournament. They're probably not going to the tournament after that loss. They wasn't set up too nicely before it anyways. But, we know how hard it is for a teenager to come in college sports and dominate anyways. And this dude's he's a 3-time ACC Rookie of the week. He consistently has showed up for these big games versus Pitt, versus UNC, on the road versus Miami, had a stinker. But, like, for this to be a dude that wasn't a 5-star recruit, he was like a top 50 guy from Oak Hill. Like, he's really setting himself up to be a first-round pick. And, like, if he can get his jumper, like, solidified for real, he's got some ugly, like, elbow motion stuff right now. It's not pretty. But, like, that dude is dynamic in the lane. Like, I don't want to say Demetrius, but, like, some nights, like, it's flashes of it. Like, it's just, especially in Josh's first year when he really wasn't shooting the ball like that and he was just super skinny, like, yeah, this dude's going to throw his head into the lane, jump, and going to see what happens. And Judah looks a lot like that. So I'm not saying it's going to be Ja at all, but, like, it looked like you'd be like, damn. Okay, then. It looks Ja-esque. So shout out to Judah.
Yeah, that's real, man. I thought you had put on, a little extra weight just being up in New York, but turned out you pregnant. So anyway.
Wow. That's crazy. Black people going nowhere fast. I swear to God. We're going nowhere fast. The shit is literally called game ball to give props to a nigga. Crazy. Look how
niggas gave this game ball to a nigga averaging 15 points, shooting 18% from 3. That's the sorriest game ball we'd never give it up.
Like, I had a specific reason, fool. Like, come on, bro. Let me pull up this game ball.
That's why they lose.
No, bro. He's not the reason why they lose. But they sorry, fool. Like, they don't got nothing outside of him, bro. They are.
You're a freshman. 15 points. The niggas lost. I'm gonna give him a game ball. Niggas shooting 18%. Give a game ball to Tony Allen, nigga. Avery Bradley.
I'm saying, I ain't gonna say what I want to say. I'm just saying.
He gave us a game ball to Andre Roberson, bro. Fuck out of here.
Hold on, bro. Let me look at these games.
We don't give a fuck. So
yes,
anyway,
bro. Yes, we do, cuz now you really playing with me, son. You really playing with me right now. Now I'm finna go sports reference the fuck out of you, nigga. Okay. And
thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of No Cap Sports.
That man has 17 points.
Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on social media, and make sure y'all tune in for these games and follow our picks. And we out of here.
Nigga, dyke.